Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, you're finding me because we're all about hostas today. Welcome, I hope you enjoy the video. Today we're going to be taking a look around my garden. I've got a rather, well, maybe not a large collection of hostas, but all the hostas that I grow are mainly the large varieties. I have lost a lot of the name tags over the years, either just through mulching over them and never digging them back out, or the birds tend to flick them out and then they just seem to get lost. So I have lost a lot of the name tags on them. I'll name the ones I know. If anybody knows any that I don't know, leave a comment and a timestamp in the video. That'd help me out massively and I'll relabel them. If you do give me some name suggestions, I do kind of know what I've bought over the years, but yeah, I just can't remember the names without just seeing a suggestion to what they are. So yeah, if you're looking for all name varieties, yeah, you're going to struggle on today's video. I'm not going to be able to do that for you, but I'd appreciate any help. So let's take a look around the garden. We're going to start where I start most of my videos, which is at the top side of the garden near the house. So this first one here is Hosta Woolala. It's a sport of Empress Woo, and this is its second year. It's not that large just yet. Take a look compared to my hand, just a bit bigger than my hand. It has some nice variegation to the leaves. Whereas Empress Woo is more solid green. This will grow up to be a nice plant. Currently, yeah, it's got a lot of growing to do, but this is going to fill all this space. It's probably kind of too big for this space really. As it grows in the next couple of years, it's going to fill all this corner. Underneath it we have a smaller variety. I'm not sure what this one is. I think it was a freebie from somewhere. It's very bright and sunny today, so I'm going to struggle to get a lot of the colours. Yeah, nice little one that underplants this Trachycarpus, but I think this might need moving as the Woolala grows up. Like I said, I grow mainly large hostas, so this is one of the smaller ones I've got. It's nice to see the contrast. I ought to really get some more little ones. So any suggestions, yeah, feel free to drop them in the comments, because I don't have too many small hostas, none of the mouse ears or anything. So that's these two. All the garden seems to currently be in sun pretty much, so most of these are grown in sun over this side of the garden. I have got some near the pond which are more sheltered from the sun, but yeah, most of them are currently in the sun. So before I start filming this video, I counted 29 different hostas. So I've not included the ones that I know I've got multiples of. Like I said, a lot of them are big. They're not all fully out yet. So this one's a more blue hosta. This is one that I don't know the name of. It's really hard to pick up what colour this is. I've got another one I'll show you in a couple of minutes that's much bluer than this, and it really contrasts well because it's in a group of three. In fact, it's in the thumbnail picture. But yeah, I don't know what this is. This has been in a good few years now, and this will just continue to fill this space over the years. And just behind it, which is where this pot is, there's a large tree stump. So between this and the pot, that's just hiding that stump. But all these went in as tiny plants maybe 4 or 5 years ago. A couple of pound plants. They've all just really sized up over the years. Really happy with them. I think they add a lot to the garden. Whether you're growing tropical jungle style garden or you just collect hostas, if you've got a Japanese style garden, I just think they look fantastic. So then down here, it's a beautiful hosta, a real classic. This one is June. I think I want to move this to a more prominent position because I love the variegation on it. And as everything in front of it starts to grow, obviously it's quite empty at the minute, this, but there's a lot to go in here for the summer months. You don't really get to see that, so I think I'd like to move that. Just ignore all the weeds around the back. I think after this video I might do some changes in this area and move them 3 plants that's in there and swap it with the euphorbia. This is John Phillips. This is going to get way too big for this area, so if I move it over there, it can fill in behind the summer house and just grow away to its heart's content, because it's not really, can't really get behind there, so I might as well have a big plant in it. So moving on, we've got this brilliant display. Again, these were planted so small. If I can find a picture, I'll overlay it of when these were planted. I think 21, maybe 22, really small, and all three are large hostas. So we've got Big Daddy at the back here. That's Big Daddy, a large blue hosta. I do not know what this one is, but it really contrasts well against the other two with the yeah, it's got really, it shows up more lime green on the video, but it's not quite as vibrant as what's showing up on the camera here. But yeah, it really does contrast well against these other two. This one is one of the larger ones I've got. Probably this could be the biggest one currently in the garden, and this is Sum and Substance. I know a lot of you will grow this one if you're into your hostas and your large hostas. This does get massive. It's still got a bit of size to put on even this year. But yeah, they're looking fantastic this time of year, before inevitably everything gets kind of attacked a little bit by slugs and snails. But I don't use anything to control that. All I do is rely on nature. I've got a pond in the garden, plenty of frogs, hopefully newts knocking about, all eating slugs and snails, and it does keep them in pretty good shape. So yeah, I think this is as you stand back and walk down the garden, I think that really, it's very sunny today. I think that just looks great as you come down. There is, because when I planted this up it was so small, there is ferns under there. You're never going to see the ferns in there though. Don't know if you can hear, but there is some irrigation currently running. So if you can hear anything, that's what that is. So then here we've got, let's have a look, edging the path. I might be better to turn around here. So here then, edging the path. I'm not 100% sure what this is. Is it first frost or something like that? Yeah, one of you guys might be able to point me in the right direction to what this is, but I planted 5 small plants. I just divided one. When I put this path in, I divided one plant, 5 small little plants, all the way up this border. And yeah, they've really filled out this space. It looks really good against the Japanese maple. That one's Acer Bloodgood, and I've since got a Tetrapanax pup pop up, so that's going to continue to grow up and shade out this area, which it will really need, because with these having the white variegation to them, and it is in the middle of the garden where it's really sunny, so not ideal for hostas, and not especially for ones with white variegation. What tends to happen is July, August time, all the white on it, you see the white, all the white really burns up, goes a bit brown and makes them look a little bit tatty. I know they're going over kind of by that time. Anyway, they're showing the best at this time of year, May into June, but yeah, still you want to keep them looking the best, so any shade that I can give them is better. So the Tetrapanax and the Acer will grow up. The Chimerops Volcano is going to be a bit slower to size up, so that's not really going to provide much shade, but it's a plant I like. Turning round, we've got, so this one is my Empress Woo, where I said I had a spot of it. This one's, I think this is going into its 3rd year now. It's still got some sizing up to do. It's not a bad size. It's kind of a bluey colour compared to like Sum and Substance. See, it's a good size leaf, but yeah, it's definitely still got some growing to do, and it will fill out all of this space here. In fact, we're probably in a couple of years going to struggle to get between this path. I don't really want to divide it though, because these big hostas that take a while to size up, they'll look better if you just leave them and keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But yeah, this is a nice hosta. It's one that I'm sure a lot of you grow. You know, it's one of the big famous ones for size. You know, and any of the Americans watching, you can grow some real big Empress Woos. I've not really seen any huge ones in the UK. Bit bigger than this, but yeah, not to the size you guys in America seem to grow them. Right, we'll move on to the biggest cluster of my ferns, which is all down this side, around, try not to get wet with the irrigation of the tree fern. It's all starting to get its fronds coming out now. Another one here then that I do not know the name of. It's a little bit slow to come out now, it's still all creased up. I'm getting absolutely drenched here. I'll go back a second. I'll go around the other side where I'm not going to get so wet. Yeah, it's a dark green, although when the sun hits it, yeah, it's looking light, but you can see it's a dark green, almost bluey grey tinge to that. Again, I do not know what it was, and to be honest, this one, when I bought it, I think it was just one of those pots that was like a generic Hosta. It wasn't actually a name variety, but it's been planted. This has been planted since 2021, I think, when the tree fern went in. I'd have to check back on that it was 21 and not 22. I think it was 21. So then this is one of my only variegated white Hosta. Beautiful, look how white that is. That's fantastic. But as you look out, this fern that's still only just opening up, it's not fully out yet, that comes all the way out to the path, and in a couple of weeks you'll completely forget this is here, which it loves the shade, but because it's not getting too much light and too much water, it doesn't grow. Look, it's still like one eye, even though this has been in the same length of time as that Hosta, as this fern and the tree fern. It all got planted together, tiny little plants. I'm tempted to move it, but I need an area with nice deep shade to keep this beautiful white variegation. I can't see no label for this, so it's one that I've clearly lost again. But what a beautiful plant. I think I need more Hostas with white on. It does add something different, like that's really bright compared to all the others that are, I've got a lot that are just green, you know, because I've tended to stick to the large Hostas. Now I need something a bit different, some smaller Hostas and ones with more variegation, because a lot of them do stay pretty pristine with all the frogs and stuff in the garden. I can keep them looking quite good for a long time, so they're worth growing. So moving on, we've got another smallish one next to them, got more variegation to it, got a little bit of nice colour into it, a little bit like one that I'm really after, a very sought after Hosta, which is war paint. Not managed to source one yet, or want to spend the money on it, because they're not a cheap plant, but they are a beautiful Hosta. This one, again, another one that I don't know the name of. This is going to be a running theme in this video, but just add something a bit different. It is only small though, but as everything grows up around it, like this Fatsia polycarpa green fingers, as that gets up and it's not shading it out so much because it's just flopping on top, you'll see more of it. But maybe it's another one to be moved in the future, even if it's just slightly closer to the path. Gives it that bit of extra room, you know, it will help. Next to it is this one, is another summon substance. It's going to be hard to really get this for scale, but this one is a monster. I think this was the first summon substance I planted, and it is massive. Last year this got right out almost to the path, which the path's all the way over here. You know, it's still not fully unfurled yet really. You can see there's still a bit wrapped up, but that one is a monster. I'll see if I got any photos or video from last year to show you. So yeah, one that I do know, but it's one we've already spoke about. The one next to it is another large leaf green Hosta, and to be honest, you're probably looking at these and thinking they're the same thing. They're not, but there's a lot of large leaf Hostas that are similar, so we're not really going to stick around on this one too much. I can't think what this could be. It could be Jurassic, but I'm not too sure. Speaking of, actually, I think I might know where Jurassic is. So this one behind, I missed this before, behind the Japanese maple. This one is Hosta UFO, and it's always seems to be the one that gets targeted for damage, both early on and throughout the season. Because for whatever reason, I don't know if this is a nice hang out spot for all the slugs and snails that are around the garden. Oh, a nice ball there. Yeah, it always seems to get damaged, this one. I don't know why, all the others around it don't. But that one is Hosta UFO, another large leaf hosta. This one's a newer edition, it might only be 2 years old. But yeah, another green one. I do grow a lot of green hostas, but I do like the green in the garden. It's nice calming colour. It's got a nice texture to that as well, if you can see the ribs running down it. It's a nice hosta, that one. We'll try to avoid getting wet again from the tree fern. Another variegated hosta. I really should have filmed this maybe later in the evening when it's slightly less sunny. It's 8:30 in the morning, it's really sunny. It's going to be a warm day, warm weekend. Yeah, and should really start to move on. This one's looking good in here, but in the next couple of weeks I'm going to have another tree fern to plant in here. So it's not really going to get seen very much. It might potentially move. Again, it's going to be hard for you guys to identify these for me. Oh, that's nice. Down in the shade here. Yeah, another green and dark green variegation to it. No idea what it is. I thought with this one I might have had a label, but I've had a quick route around and not found anything. Now this is the one I've just said a minute ago. I thought it was Jurassic. I think this one's, I can't remember what the full name is, but for whatever reason this one, last year it were a bit slow to come out, but this year it's even slower, and I don't know why. I don't know what's up with it in this position. But if you got any suggestions to why this is slow, or what could be wrong, or if it's just doing its thing and it might be perfectly fine. But yeah, compared to every other hosta in the garden, this one's only just coming up, and it seemed to look like this for the last couple of weeks. This is Acer Aureum. This one is actually going to get planted in the garden. If anyone's been watching my channel, you'll know that I'm doing out the bottom half of the garden. I'm changing it all up and extending the garden. That's going to get planted. That'll give me plenty of opportunity to plant some new hostas around the base of that. This section we're probably going to struggle to film. Let's have a look. This is around the old pond stream I had going that's been out of action for a while. And this used to have a good prime location by the running water. You can see this was the stream. It's now just a dry stream bed. Nice blue hosta. This never ever takes any damage. I don't think I've ever seen a single hole in this hosta. So whatever this one is, it's a very good slug resistant hosta. It's just now the cord line's grown up, it's kind of crowding it a little bit. But that'll continue to grow. I'll take that off the lower leaves and it'll open it back up, and you'll see that fantastic again. And then again, anyone that's been watching the video, you know I'm going to extend this garden the path around this area and running around into this back section. Here's another. This is a very old hosta. I've had this might have been in the ground here for 5 or 6 years, because I know I put this in around the same time as the stream. It's got some nice variegation to it, very puckered leaf on it. It's nice, but to be honest, I'm not really, until I've walked over this side, you never really see this. But as I put the path into this section here, where my shadow is, yeah, you will suddenly be able to see this again. So I think it'll stay. I mean, look at the size of this fern now. These was put in tiny, maybe 9cm ferns, tiny little cheap things. It's massive now. It must be over 2 foot tall. Looks great, but obviously this fern's now probably going to be a bit buried in a couple of weeks' time. So this one is the same as the one that's edging the path. This could even be where I got the original plant from. Divided this, put one back. All this area here, this fence just here is all going to be coming down, and the path is going to run kind of through this area, the old stream area. So these couple of hostas here will come out. These are slightly smaller hostas by the looks, because these ones have been in a long time, but I'd never water down here, so these will struggle to get too much water, and this year it's been very, very dry. So yet more hostas I don't know the name of, but the overall feel that they give the garden, although I don't know the name of them, I don't feel it matters to me too much. I'm not selling them, I'm not trying to advise people on them, I'm just showing you what I'm growing and what these hostas bring to the garden. Another small one in here, variegated. This sedge, this is self-seeded and taking over, so this will come out. It looks nice, but you can see all the seed to it after it's flowered. It's just, this will self-seed everywhere. I need to pull these off before they do self-seed everywhere. It can be a bit of a fug. This will allow this hosta here to get a little bit more space. And then I've got a lot around the pond. I think I've got 10 hostas around the pond. I'll try and show you what I can, but I might have to move around the other side, so bear with me. Yeah, I'll pop around the other side. Just before I pop around the other side, I just want to show you this hosta here. So this used to grow in the stream, and as I said, the stream's been dried up for a couple of years now. This was planted directly in the stream, so it's just in pure gravel. There is absolutely no soil in here, and it's been here for a good 3-4 years with no soil. Barely gets watered other than a bit of indirect watering when I'm watering everything else. And yeah, although it's small, perfectly happy. Yeah, it's a good little survivor, that one. I've tried to get it out once before, but it's that well rooted. Unless I want to change all the stream, which I will do at some point. Yeah, it's well rooted, and I couldn't get it out without ripping it all to bits. Just thought I'd show you that one and how resilient they can be. Finally, we've got a little bit of shade, and this is a recently transplanted, within the last week, another summon substance. It's sulked a little bit, but it's a large plant. It's a decent sized leaves on it. It's healthy enough. I just got to keep up with the watering on this one, because like I say, it's a good sized plant. And yeah, obviously it needs watering to get itself settled back in again. But this might only be another temporary home for it. But where it was, you couldn't see it at all, and it was just too big for the space, and you couldn't even see it, so it needed moving. So this is just where it's been put for now. This back section's all getting changed out. If anyone wants to see that, I can put up another update video. So please ignore, I've not been doing this section of the garden behind the pond. I've not weeded or done anything, but there is hostas growing in here. This one's another slightly variegated hosta. See, it's took a little bit of damage recently. Oh, that could just be me where I've been throwing materials down and I've caught the plant. Don't know what this one is. Once I weed around it, it'll look so much better, because at the minute you would almost miss this one. We'll move on from that one pretty quickly. This hosta here always looks really nice, especially when you sat the other side of the pond looking across. This one always looks really, really nice. Again, another one that doesn't seem to take much damage. But this one's one of the older, well, all these hostas I'm going to show you down this back have all been in 5-6 years. They're the oldest hostas I've got. So they're well established. They could very easily be divided, but I think they look at the best when they're really large like this. You know, it adds something when they're more mature, rather than keep dividing them, having many small plants. Delphinium's getting absolutely massive now. It'll be ready for flowering soon. I think we can just see flower buds starting. And that's partnered up against this blue hosta. So another one, unfortunately, that I have no idea on the name of, but it's a good large hosta, this. Yeah, fantastic. These blue ones tend to not get as much damage, or I find in my garden they don't tend to get as much damage, although as I say that, I have a little hole in it. But overall, the plant as a whole, yeah, doesn't have too much damage. But it's still early in the season, and it's usually a bit later for me that I usually get any damage, if I get any at all. And then this is a beautiful hosta that I might move. This one has taken a fair bit of damage, but some nice white to that. Some of the leaves less variegated, so it's obviously reverting back slightly to whatever it was originally before. So I have to split this and keep the variegation, discard or at least replant somewhere on its own the plain green, because like that's got no variegation whatsoever. But this is a nice hosta. It's really dark green, a really rich dark green, this one, with the creamy white centre. It's a shame I don't really see this at all. This one might come out fairly soon. And then I think we'll finish up with this hosta here. Another green and blue variegated. Yeah, it is a shame that I can't name more of these hostas for you guys, because yeah, they're a fantastic plant to add to your garden. Although I don't know the name of them, you know, they certainly add something to the garden, and I certainly wouldn't be without growing hostas in mine. Like I say, a lot of mine are large hostas. These three here, definitely monsters. This bed must be over 2 meters wide, and between the three of them, they cover it side to side. You can see just down here there is a formium. So yeah, I would recommend all of you pop at least 1 or 2 hostas in your garden. There's one for everybody. Plenty of small hostas, little blue mouse ears and the mouse series. You know, there's something for everyone. So give them a try. And like I said, if you can, just help me name some of the different varieties I've got. If you can tell, I am really sorry that it's a very sunny day. Would have been better slightly more overcast, but hey, we're not going to complain at this nice weather. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.